Good morning. This is Pixie doing another little video. Um, there's lots of different ways you can do meditation. You don't have to be sat in your house with your eyes closed, um, or anywhere, to be honest. You can actually just do it by walking around in a natural place. Just let your mind sink with nature and spiritually connect. That's pretty much the way it is. I mean, it's just unplugging from technology. I mean, I sometimes see people that go to parks and they're gazing at their phones constantly and so on. You just got to be conscious of how much time you are focused into a computer screen or into like a tablet here or whatever. I mean, it's great, but just that you could be overusing the technology. Not really, well, missing the picture. I mean, the big picture is there's a lot of changes going on at the moment, and people are going through a certain awakening. For myself, it's been going on for quite a while, to be honest. It was during where I went to basically I went to a cinema and I realised how emotional I'd become watching a film, and I'm thinking this film, it's choking me up, and I could feel like I wanted to sort of well, I probably did a few little tears come out there. It's like today I was watching Jim Carrey, watching his video on YouTube, and I found myself tears coming in my eyes because basically I've never really seen him do anything serious. And I know I could laugh at him, it's entertaining, it's great, but he was doing something a bit more serious about spirituality, because usually he just falls around a bit. But now it's quite nice to see him sort of opening up to a more spiritual way of thinking. I mean, it probably was always there. There's definitely lots of changes going on. I walked into this park. Start from the entrance of this park. Basically, I could see the moon. I thought, oh, there's a moon, right at the far side of the park. As soon as I got down the other end, I went past the trees. It's gone. Now it's either because of the bit of cloud cover or where the sun's positioned at the moment, but that was in a space of about a minute or two. So I don't understand how something so large could just disappear. There's other things you might want to do when your sort of spiritual side's a bit more active, and I think first thing, when you're just about waking up in the morning and you've got a few little things going on in your mind, that's a good time to pose certain questions, or you might have some sort of contact, or it might be you might have realised you dreamt about something to do with ETs or something that night, and you might want to sort of delve a little bit deeper. That would be the time, because you're not quite out of that phase of consciousness. You're sort of it's like an interdimensional connection in that sense of the consciousness. A bit like allocated title of God. I'm a human. Something spiritual and more powerful than myself, or I consider more advanced. I would say that's God-like. It's a God. But for the prime creator, the force in the universe, I asked what would the name it would choose, and it mentioned the Oracle, which is interesting. Be all knowing, all thinking. And then I was thinking about it, and there's like the Omega and the Alpha they mentioned, and things like the Freemasonry. So I guess that would be the Omega in that side of things. At the moment, I'm getting a lot of sort of ET related dreams and other things going on. I'm finding that I stay, because I tend to become active, and I get this like tinnitus, and the sound of it is really strong at night. So I end up getting, like I say, a big load of jolt of energy, a lot of noise going through my mind. My ears are ringing away, and I can feel this ringing going throughout my body. So it's not limited to sort of my ears. And if I had a major ear infection, other things would be going on. I'd be dizzy because it affects your balance. I wouldn't be very well. I'd probably be suffering from headaches, likely jaw ache, and other sort of symptoms which are not connected to it. So it's kind of for me to boost my signal in my body. So there's things I do, like I have been taking things like Ormus for a while, and that was to sort of spiritually sort of correct me, and I wanted to sort of see if there was any sort of improvements. But I probably need to lay off a bit, because I've got enough going on with the tinnitus and the energy coming in, so I don't really want to interfere, improve it, so it carries on basically, and then just allow this this phase of evolving consciousness. In essence, there might be, you could say, an element of evolution there. I don't know the full effects of it. Last night, I think it was mentioned about time travel and certain abilities you already have with your mind that you do. So you might have where you astral project, or you see yourself or see another country, or maybe you've had a dream where you have a strong visual, you'd see an identity or a person as if you knew them, but you've never seen that face before. I've seen a few of them and they don't look quite human, so they're sort of in between. So whether that's an ET trying to sort of mask what they are in my consciousness. I mean, I've had a dream where I was sat down next to a work colleague, but she wasn't acting like a work colleague, and I was focused forward, and then I noticed, well, her hair's suddenly got a lot longer, and I thought, oh, and then when I've woken up and I thought about it, I thought, well, I wonder if that was kind of like something to do like the Palladian type things, they talk about. To be honest, unless I actually physically meet an ET, I'm not going to put all my eggs into that basket. What they are, I'm just aware of what happens inside my own consciousness and just making a sort of recording of it. I mean, I have had a more sort of spiritual dream originally. I took some ormus, and this particular night there was he represented identity of some sort. It didn't want to show its face, but it did do something to me, some sort of healing, or is some attraction to me or something, or it's a part of me in a way. It was like a DNA activation. There was another identity that was more gothic by nature. She had dark hair, her eyes were just pure white, and there was like dark black tattoos, but that were kind of on her arms, all these type of tribal markings in some way. It was quite unusual. I was trying to figure out what she was, but basically I was sandwiched. So in my dream, I saw this person, and I went up behind them to talk to them. Also, they didn't want to show their face, but then something came from behind me, and it was the actual sound and the vibration as well. Like, it made a sort of this type of sound, but into where my heart chakra is on my back. It was kind of weird. It's a little bit like what crocodiles do, actually. I think they do it as a mating call. They do this like vibration thing. So that might be a part of it. I guess the other thing with the awakening experience is that with work, my work changed and there was cutbacks, and I was offered different sort of alternative posts in work. Now the other one, I was given a choice basically of being stuck in front of a computer doing a lot of spreadsheet type work and IT, or more working with older people and people more vulnerable and the housing side of things. But that was a more appealing and meaningful path. I thought, well, look at my qualities. Okay, I am smart and I can do stuff with computers and other stuff. But I do that as a hobby. I do it as an interest. I don't do that because I have to get, in order to get paid. I want to stare in front of a computer all day. I do it because of a passion for creative design and research and things like that. I can feel it's not about money. I can feel there's an emotional and psychological benefit, and there's also self-improvement, or looking at the type of dimensions of your own character. Like yesterday, I've just started. I've got one role, and I've taken on a new type of job as well, doing a care role, and it was with a chap who's had a head injury due to a car accident, but he's a very intelligent person. Only problem is his physical limitations and also communicating himself across, and also the trauma that was caused from the accident. But he said, you're probably one of the best carers I've had. He may have just been complimenting me, or, he's all right, I wouldn't want him to come back and do care. I try my best, being attentive and so on, and also being switched on, being empathic about whatever's going on in there. A bit like he's trying to communicate, I'm trying to read his thoughts as well and stuff like that, which is probably, it's a bit too far fetched for himself. But he does believe in God. He does have he does have some spiritual beliefs, and he keeps mentioning that on occasions. About the Creator. He's also had a path where he's worked with in parks, and he's worked with nature. He's a vegetarian. So, spiritually, he's on path. He's on the right path for where he wanted to be. Why the accident occurred is still would be a deep-rooted mystery. So, but this is a nice little talk. Have a great day, and I think this is Peter signing off now. Bye.